Hello friends, I'm Brian Shircliff with Vitality Cincinnati, and I invite you to another very brief exploration of some of the ideas of the Feldenkrais Method. And the invitation of the series is just to give you some brief experiences that might invite you to delve a little bit more deeply through a class in your neighborhood, a class of Feldenkrais Method or Movement Intelligence in your own neighborhood or online, or so many resources these days. So I invite you to find a place where you can be comfortable and rest easily in your chair, and start to just get a sense of the length of your spine from the back of your head, maybe even the top of your head, all the way down to your pelvis, your tailbone touching the chair. And then begin to choose one hand that you can slide over yourself and slide the hand back down. And you just do that a little bit further each time to the place that's easy, maybe up to your throat, and slide back down and up to scratch your chin, slide back down. You be attentive to the easiest direction. Maybe it is up the midline of yourself, from the midline from your nose to your navel, or maybe it's over a little further, or maybe it's a little closer. So you find out where it's easiest, that you could eventually begin to bring your hand a little higher if it feels right for you. Again, you just do what's easy, and maybe today is not the day, but tomorrow could be, for bringing your hand up this high, maybe even up to your forehead, and back down, all the way down. Slide your hand back up, and you find the easiest pathway to eventually come to the top of your head, the crown of your head, where we are all royalty. And see, you could do one of two things. You can just rest your hand there very, very lightly, or you could find a little bit of hair. I have some hair there, and a little bit of hair that you can just begin to direct as if you're going to just draw your head upward, just the slightest bit. And notice it's, of course, not just your head, but what happens through the rest of yourself. Does the weight change in your feet? Does the weight change in your sit bones on the chair? Just by you drawing your head upward. And then slide your hand down. And just see if that little experience has made something easier in your sitting here. And if it's right for you, begin to bring yourself to stand and try the same experience. But first, just see if you can notice the weight in your feet. Where is the weight in your feet? Is it closer to your heels or closer to your toes? And then choose a hand that you can begin to slide over yourself and find the crown of your head. Find a little bit of hair and either draw that hair upward, or if your hand's just on your head, just begin to feel like you're extending yourself through your hands so that you're getting a little taller. And just that little hint might be enough to notice that, changes not only your head, but even where the weight is on your feet, or where your pelvis is in space. And then let your hand relax down. And did something within you learn an easier way to stand here, just by inviting your head to have an easier experience? And that's the great gift of the Feldenkrais method, is that small little things can have a huge effect on one's whole self. And there is no, we sometimes, sadly, I think of ourselves as parts when we're really a whole. And to move one place changes the whole self, one's whole self. And just imagine the very positive ripple effects that could happen once we know ourselves in these very simple, easy ways through the Feldenkrais method. And I invite you to them and see what you can discover.